Hey there YouTube, Lucas String here. Now, as you guys know, spring break is just around the corner. And right after spring break, there's summer. And so that means that the summer going season is going to begin. Or aka the season when they bring out as many blockbusters and sequels as Hollywood possibly can. Now, there definitely are some independent movies that I do really want to see, like Regression, I think it's called, with Ethan Hawke and Emma Watson. I think that looks really good. But just for the sake of it, I'm going to put like the big blockbuster movies in my top 10, and then like there's a couple independent movies that probably will definitely be on this list, but just in case, since not many people might know about it, I'm just going to put in the blockbusters that many people know of. Now, before I get started, I just want to let you know, if you're wondering why I'm not putting Insidious Chapter 3 on this list, because honestly, I think it looks terrible. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Insidious Chapter 1 and 2. I own both of them on Blu-ray. But the thing is, this doesn't have James Wan directing it. It doesn't have the same writers. It has one same actress. And she wasn't even that terrific in those two movies, in my opinion. So I honestly think this is going to be a dumb cash grab. And I think it'll be stupid, kind of like Annabelle. And if you haven't seen Annabelle, don't. Anyway, let the list begin. Now, at number 10... this is probably going to be one of the only times I'm ever putting an Adam Sandler movie in my anticipated list, and that is Pixels. I think I'm looking forward to this movie mostly because it's a really cool idea. Pac-Man coming to life and attacking a city. I think that's kind of awesome. And it's not the same typical dumb Adam Sandler idea like we've seen with stuff like Jack and Jill, Blended, just go with it. It's nothing like that. And so I think it's a different idea. I don't think many stupid Adam Sandler people are involved with this movie. Like the writers for Grown Ups 2 hopefully are not involved with this. And I think it's going to be a fun time at the movies. I don't think this is going to be a great movie by all means. I think it's definitely a good blockbuster. It'll make some good money. And it'll be a pretty entertaining popcorn entertainment. Entertaining popcorn entertainment. God, I suck. Now at number 9, I'm not really anticipating this movie a lot. But I mainly put this on my list because of how much I loved the first one. And that is Ted 2. I think that the first Ted is hilarious, and I thought it was one of the better comedies that came out in 2012, and I laughed my ass off the whole movie. And I can never stop watching it. It's just a movie that you can always not help but watch. And I do think that the sequel, well, first, has no need. And second, I think it might be dumb because, first of all, Mila Kunis isn't in it because she was pregnant. And second, well, the trailer seemed kind of dull. There were a couple parts that made me laugh, but that's making me think, well, what if that's the only funny thing in the movie and they put it in the trailer like they do with most stupid comedies? And how the previous film that Seth MacFarlane directed, A Million Ways to Die in the West, was a complete flop. So it gets me more worried that it's going to be the same exact thing with Ted 2. But it's going to be fun seeing Mark Wahlberg and Ted on the big screen again. At number 8, we have a superhero reboot that's not completely repeated like Spider-Man, but it's something that needed to be repeated, and that is Fantastic Four. Now, the Fantastic Four movies that came out in 2005 and 2007, well, they were garbage. The definition of cash grab is literally Fantastic Four in 2005 and 2007. Those movies were absolutely stupid. They were nothing like Fantastic Four, and I hated every second of those movies. And I think a reason why this Fantastic Four looks a lot better, because first of all, it has a way better cast. Miles Teller, which is just on Whiplash, and I loved him in that movie. Michael B. Jordan, who's been really impressing me over the last couple of years. Kate Mara, who's in 127 Hours, and Happy Thank You More Please, if you've ever seen any of those movies. And also, it's from the director of Chronicle, which I personally loved, and I think was a great movie. And I think he definitely can make a good twist with directing Fantastic Four, and I'm glad they're giving him a big opportunity for that. And after watching the trailer, I think this can tell a lot better of a story than the original ones did. You better not let me down. At number 7, you're probably going to be wondering why this movie is so high on my list. That is Pan. I am actually really looking forward to this movie for some reason because I like retelling of fairy tales. Like, I really liked Wicked, and I feel like this one could be really interesting. And plus, you got Hugh Jackman and Rooney Mara, two of the greatest actors that you can find in Hollywood. Both Oscar nominated. They're great actors. And I feel like this could tell a great story, and also the trailer I thought was awesome. Number 6, another movie you're gonna be shocked by that I have in my top 10, and that is Paper Towns. I think this looks like a good coming-of-age story, and watching the trailer, I think it looks really interesting. Yeah, there's some casting choices I don't think were completely right, because I did read the book, and I love the book by John Green. I thought it was great. And I also really like The Fault in Our Stars, which I thought was one of the better movies of the summer. I do have the Blu-ray, but it's in another room, and I'm too lazy to go and get it. And I feel like it's going to be a fun time in the movies, and I think it'll be a good coming-of-age tale. Probably one of the better ones since Perks being a Wallflower. Now, here we go to the major blockbusters, the top 5. And starting at number 5 is Ant-Man. I'll admit, this movie probably would be higher on my list if Edgar Wright was still directing it. When I heard that Edgar Wright would be directing this movie, the director of Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, I was so pumped. And when he left the movie, it devastated me. And then you replace it with the director of Bring It On, The Breakup, and Yes Man, I'm gonna be a little more worried. But I do think that Paul Rudd is a great choice for this movie, so I feel like he'll do a good job. And Paul Rudd's pretty much the reason why I still have really high hopes for this movie. At number 4, Pixar is back and ready to deliver awesome movies again with Inside Out. I am so pumped for Inside Out, mostly because Pixar now has an original idea, not a stupid sequel or prequel like fucking Cars 2. I honestly believe that this is going to be the Pixar comeback, because like Monsters University I thought was good, but not really great. Like their past movies, Brave, I thought was kind of overrated, and I hated Cars 2. So I'm really happy that Pixar thought of a new original idea that actually looks awesome. And it seems like this is just going to be such a great film. It's going to make you feel really good. It's going to be very heartwarming. And it also has a great cast with Amy Poehler, and I love that Louis Black is in this movie. Because if you don't watch his stand-up bits, then you'd be really surprised that he's in a Pixar movie nonetheless, but I think he's going to be funny, and I think this movie does look really good, judging from the trailer. Now, for the top 3, it was hard to pick from 3, 2, and 1, but I figured it out, and at number 3, we have Terminator Genisys. This could have been number 1. This could have been number 1, but there's only one reason that this is not number 1. That's fucking Jai Courtney, I think his name is. Or aka the guy who ruined Die Hard. Here we go. Even though this is my top 3, I'm just going to rant about this part. Jai Courtney, fuck you. I hate him so much. You ruined Die Hard, and you're a stupid actor, and go away from Hollywood. I hate you. I'm being so freaking cruel, but yeah, I don't like you at all. And I swear to God, if you ruin Terminator, get the fuck out of Hollywood and never show your face again on screen. Even in movies like Unbroken and Divergent, I still thought you blew. But I am still really happy that Arnold Schwarzenegger is back as the Terminator. That's going to be the best part. Even if this movie is a piece of crap, just hearing him say I'll be back or Hasta la Vista Baby on the screen again is going to be awesome. At least it'll have that good moment. And still, it's Terminator. You cannot not be anticipated for it. At number 2, this was a movie I did not think they'd make a sequel for. But thank God that they are, and that is Jurassic World. Oh man, I'm so excited for this movie. Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's such a great film to watch, and I can watch it anytime I want to. And I know a lot of people were kind of worried because Steven Spielberg isn't directing it, and they didn't have any of the old cast members, but I think Chris Pratt is such an awesome replacement. Because Chris Pratt is definitely becoming one of my favorite actors working in Hollywood today. He's became so successful after Guardians of the Galaxy. He already had a population from Parks and Recreation. He's such a good actor, and I cannot wait to see him in this movie. And also because the visuals just look awesome. And judging from the trailer, this movie does look extremely badass. And I can tell this is going to be a fun movie to watch. And especially will be better than Jurassic Park 3. God, I hated that movie. But I'm acting really over the top with this. But Jurassic World does look amazing, and I cannot wait to go see it when it comes out in mid-June. And now, here we go. Number 1. This was a movie that you probably didn't think that was going to be number 1, but it is, and that is Mission Impossible 5. Or Rogue Action, I think it's also called. But oh man, I am so pumped for Mission Impossible 5. I love all the Mission Impossible movies. I have the quadrilogy Blu-ray set because the first one I thought was an amazing action movie. The second one, it wasn't awful, but it was still a fun action movie. Mission Impossible 3 I thought was really good, and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol was one of the most shocking action movies I've ever seen because that movie shot the living crap out of me of how good it was. And I absolutely love all these movies, and I'm so happy that they decided to make another one because of how successful Ghost Protocol was. I'm really excited for it. It just seems like it's probably going to be the best action movie of the year, in my opinion. Another reason why I have high hopes for this movie is that because Tom Cruise is definitely the best American action lead in Hollywood right now. he has delivered so many good action movies recently. You start with Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, Jack Reacher, Edge of Tomorrow. The man is awesome. And he really, really cares about entertaining the fans. And I know that he's not going to do some sort of stupid cash grab movie. If he thought the movie was bad, I don't think he would have done it. And a big reason why this is number one, because this is the movie I know will be awesome. All the other movies in my top 10, I do think that they could be really disappointing and could be bad. Mission Impossible 5, I know is going to be good. I definitely think that I could have a chance of it not being amazing like Ghost Protocol, but I know that it will be good. I know I'll probably give it a grade higher than a C+ or B- for sure. And that is why Mission Impossible 5 is my number one most anticipated movie of the summer for 2015. That is my top 10, guys, and if you want to tell me what your most anticipated movies are in the summer, leave a comment down below, and I'm Lucas Stringer. I'll see you guys later for my review of It Follows.